Hey folks, welcome to Playing in Traffic. Today's episode coming from the one and only Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ooh, let me be careful with this. Yeah. Because we're going through my old driveway. And when I mean old, I mean the driveway where I grew up in. Actually, the back is 6100 Belden Street. I want to show you something right now. Watch this. So coming up on the right, oh man, it's like off-road back here. Right here, where's it at? 6127 Belden. Good God, I can't even make it out. But anyway, so 6127, I can't even make it out. That's scary. Oh my God, this is my old residence right here, I think. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, that's my old place because that's them awnings right there. They were my parents' awnings. They had them put in about like, oh boy. Yeah, this is off-road right here. This is off-road, baby. Yeah, they had them put in the 70s. But anyway, that 6127 was actually where all the original Pagan Baby songs were first kind of like put together, written, etc., etc., etc. How about that for some nostalgia? Pagan Baby's punk rock all started right, kind of like all them original practice sessions. 6127 Belden Street. You're welcome. Oh, let's do this. Right up here on the left, there they are, the black and white awnings. Yo, and they moved one of them next door. Yo, that's crazy. There goes my parents' same front door right there. And the same awnings. Interesting. Yeah, some things never change, do they? So that isn't even the reason why I'm here. Breaking news. I'm going to report it right. How you doing? Good morning. Oh, yeah. I'm going to report this news story. Going to be coming up on that, but of course, with visiting my old neighborhood, I got to see what my old house looked like that I grew up in, and the house that I lived in for. So I lived with my parents for the first 25 years. Here on the left, I lived at this place for about 30 years. Over here with the big tree right there on the left. Yeah, about 30 years. And we got to hit that driveway. You know you got to do that. Oh, I love the flowers they have in the boxes. That's awesome. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very happy to see floral arrangement right there. Yeah, that's my old place right here. Well, where I lived before I moved to Georgia. One thing about row home living like this. But anyway, yeah, this is my old place right here. And yeah, it looks fairly the same. What I did want to say is this. So if you're living in in a row home thing, and I did that for my whole life. Thank God. See all this here, both sides. Thank God that parking's there, dude. I'm telling you that right now, because here we go, more off-road. This is crazy. Yeah, this is a little too off-road. But anyway, thank God you got that parking back here, because when it snows, sorry about the goofy camera work. When it snows, oh my God, you're done. Because out front, look, here's the thing. We all get the business side of real estate. It's expensive. Every one of these homes probably has 3 families living in it. And that's just to make ends meet. The prices are ridiculous. Well, what that ends up meaning is you're probably looking at about 3 to 4 cars per friggin' home. And it gets freaking crazy. Knowing that part right there. 3 to 4 cars per. So you gotta have that spot out back to avoid, having nowhere to go. Snowstorm, and then everyone's blocked in, everyone's putting chairs out, everyone's doing this, and that. Yeah, just pull in the back. No issues, no stress, no guns, no drama. That's it. And okay, that's the end of that. And here comes the breaking news that you've been waiting for patiently. All right, right behind me is the intersection of Levick and Castor. It's not, you know what? It doesn't seem that busy today, but it's been busy. Yo, check this out. Oh, I always look. I started. I grew up in this neighborhood. So born in 1966. Always loved seeing the skyline of Philly. You could see it. And you know, it was always changing. You used to have to climb a tree to see City Hall. On my old block, the one that I just showed you, the original block I lived in. But now, like, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that city, look at the skyline. Why can't I just say skyline? You can see it from here, but anyway. This is Levick and Castor right here. And for the longest time, and it's funny, I was just talking to a buddy of mine today, the building I'm about ready to show you was the original, the first Jack in the Box that I've ever seen. First Jack in the Box ever was right to my right, at where I'm standing right now. But that's changed over the years, but the drastic change is the breaking news. Watch this. If you think you're coming to this and hoping there's a Dunkin' Donuts there, you're going to be mistaken. This place right here was Dunkin' Donuts for I think about 116 years. Oh, gotcha, buddy. So, yeah, this is always fun. So yeah, I'm going to say for about 116 years, this was a Dunkin' Donuts. And if you follow my Facebook close enough, which I don't know why you would, but had you followed it, one of the first things I ever wrote on there as an occupation is that I worked at Dunkin' Donuts for a week. And that's factual because I worked there, right here. I don't even know what they're doing here. Is this going to be medical or something? Look at, what is this? I can't even tell what it's going to be. But I did work here for a week. I was fired. I think I missed one day. Look, here's the thing. Missing one day of this, I'm kind of glad I got fired. That bathroom was absolutely the worst bathroom I've ever seen in my life. Had to clean that a number of times. That was really, really bad. And I'm wondering where, so over the years, like this corner right here with the tables and chairs at Dunkin' would be filled with senior citizens. I don't know where they're going to go now that this Dunkin' is gone. Oh yeah, now I know where they're going to go. Right next door, because that's where it's at. Look at this Dunkin' right next door. And you might wonder, why would you go from here to here? Well, easily answered. Let's go see why. So this was a Jack in the Box first, then it was a PSFS. Did all my banking at that place until I went to American Heritage Credit Union in the late 80s. But let me show you why. So this one did not have a drive-through, and guess which one does have one? This one. Because let's face it, it was a Jack in the Box. Now then it was a PSFS, and now see you soon. Now I don't, and then now it is. Wait a second, where is the? Hold up. Yeah. Wait. All right. Confusion. Yo, complete confusion. Ooh. I'm not editing this video, and I may ask one question. I don't even know if I want to ask. There's no drive-through here yet. Okay. So the potential is they'll have a drive-through, right? Yeah, look, like it'll be right here. Like you would think the window will be right here, and then you head out, and then you would think. So we're gonna monitor this. But how about Dunkin' Donuts, the one that was here for 116 years, moved next door and still doesn't have a drive-through. Like this one here never had the potential for it didn't have the room on the side to really swing a drive-through at all. That one does, and it isn't built in yet. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I'm speechless. No drive-through still. Oh, well, whatever. But anyway, yeah, brand new Dunkin' Donuts right here, taking over. It's the first time it's been anything other than a bank in probably about 40 years. I think PSFS was in there. PSFS was in there. Oh my God, man! Like early 80s. Yeah, no doubt early 80s, maybe late 70s. And then it was a bank ever since until now. Dunkin's taken over. And that's it. Sorry, that's the episode. Brand new Dunkin' with no drive-through. Still no drive-through. There you go. But let's just document while we can. Get that. That isn't even a new structure, that tall piece in the front. The bank that took over for PSF has built this big window in the front. And then Dunkin' just looks like they just tinted the windows maybe and put the logo there. Look at this picture. There's the thumbnail. There's the thumbnail right there. And we'll figure out a title. But there's the thumbnail. Alright folks, thanks for watching. I'm about ready to go see my granddaughter, who I haven't seen in a little bit. And have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. And here, Oxford Circle, USA, more specifically Philadelphia, PA, it's Mikey Heels. His triumphant return to the city of Philadelphia. All right, bye-bye.